I'm playing with my sheet. Sorry.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Sorry.
Where you just,
Sometimes
oh
when you
my,
Happens
yeah.
to, hey, it
That's
happens
all.
to lots of guys.
Performance issues, not
Um,
uncommon.
Hi.
Anyways, so as you enter into Phandalin,
What? Oh, what'd you say?
uh, you enter. So you're walking along the roads with Sildar after rescuing him from the Goblin Cave, and so you are approaching the town, and the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of the town of Phandalin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy maiden street of sorts as it climbs towards a ruined manor house on the hillside on the east side of town. And as you approach the town, Sildar seems much more at ease than he was when you were journeying from the cave, and he says, "My friends, let us secure lodgings. I'm told the local inn is very quaint."
Lead the way.
I prefer to sleep on the outdoors. But if they've got a roof, I'll be happy there.
Well,
Do they
they
have a
do.
performance area?
The Stone Hill Inn is it's a nice place. It's a good inn. It has nice pillows and it keeps me warm and cozy. But you know,
But
well, I've heard some rumors that there are some things going on in this town that are less than upstanding.
ooh, do tell.
Well, last time I was here, the the town leadership was afraid that they would be not so much attacked, but bullied into giving all their goods and merchandise to a bunch of ruffians. But I don't. It's been a long time since I've been in Phandalin, so I don't know. But I'd keep my
Why
wits
not the
about you
town
if I
guard
were
just take
you.
care of the ruffians?
You're gonna take care of the ruffians?
No, I asked you, why don't the town guard just take care of the ruffians?
There really isn't too much of a town guard here. It's kind of like a couple people. Keep in mind that there's
So you don't
only
have-
like 40 buildings in the entire village. So
Yeah.
a
How
town
many,
guard is.
How many lawmen do you have there then here?
Well, Silwar would just kind of shake his head, puzzled, and he's like, I don't know. Maybe we should ask the leader.
Who's the leader?
The leader of the town is. The townmaster Harbin Wester.
Well then, I guess it's one of those places where you got to take care of your own shite.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I
Well,
don't
let's
stay in Phandalin very long. It's basically just I take my goods there, I stay the night, and then I leave.
The main thing I need to know about this inn is, do they have good ale?
Do they have good ale? I think so. The guy who owns it is a shorter man named Toblin. He came to Phandalin several years ago, but
Is he a dwarf?
no, he's a human.
Ah, then shite. Oh well, whatever. Let's go and get some rest.
All right. So you can march over to the Stonehill Inn, which I will take it off the GM layer so you guys can figure out where to go.
There's a big old.
Yeah.
So as he walks, as Liam walks down the road, he's looking in the shaded areas of the houses and up under trees and rocks for any type of mushroom that he can find.
For like any type of edible mushroom?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
A perception check. That's not going to be very good.
Yeah, you really aren't noticing that much. You certainly aren't noticing any mushrooms, and you're barely noticing that the people of the town are looking at you with not quite disdain, but confusion at your general attire and presence.
So as I walk, I'm like I say, he's kind of a loner. He doesn't talk much. So as he walks through he sees people looking at him, he'll just kind of bow his head down, and not really make eye contact with them.
Mm-hmm.
At me. How are you? How's it going? Can you believe the weather we're having?
Oh, you're trying to greet the
Oh yeah,
civilians?
I'm walking out. I'm shaking hands. I'm like, "How you doing? Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Good to meet you." Jairee,
They definitely
Ama-Rum.
look at like Liam. They're looking really confused. Like it's kind of like, oh, he's like a beast man. Whereas with you, because you're just like this giant rabbit, and they find you.
No. This is
he's
Jerry
not.
Seinfeld.
No, he's.
Oh,
Jerry.
sorry. Confusing voices sometimes. I'll get you and Jonrick confused a lot with your voices.
I
yeah,
know we both have the big pointy ears. What's the deal with that?
what's the deal with that? Yeah, you don't really get any. They kind of just notice. They'll notice you. They're like, "Why are you so chipper? Aren't you worried?"
Worried about what? It's a great day. The sun is shining. The earth is good.
Jonrick's just
Your
gonna be
daughters are
looking,
kind of hot.
see if he sees a blacksmith.
Do you
Your
not
daughters are
know
nearly of
about the?
marrying age.
Oh, you're trying to look for the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have walked right by the blacksmith.
Oh, okay.
Like this.
Well,
Here. This building right here is the smithy.
okay, I'll take note of that then.
The one that
I'm
says,
gonna start trying to talk some of the people up.
Okay, I'm just checking if there's a thing about the smithy.
Oh, to perceive?
Well, to see if there's any kind of special thing that.
can be learned or earned.
Should have grabbed insight. Damn it.
Well, if there is, I don't see it.
All right.
No,
So
there's not really anything super like super
How many?
out of the ordinary about the smithy.
So do I get to the entrance to the Stonehill Inn?
Yeah, you definitely are able to enter the Stonehill Inn.
Okay.
For
I will
sure.
do that.
I'm gonna try to use my persuasion to get people to open up. Tell me what's going on while they're all freaked out.
Oh, they kind of greet you in hushed tones when you're like, what? Because you're trying to say this out and about. You're like, what makes you so afraid? Like everything is
Well, no,
wonderful.
I'm trying to be chipper and everything, but then I'll be like, so, what's going on? How are you? You look kind of down. Do you know why the chicken across the road?
The chickens don't cross the road here.
What is up with the magic items in this town?
Why don't the chickens cross the road here? Are they scared of the road? Is the road anti-chicken? Is it some sort of chicken-killing road?
Well,
I
it doesn't
have
have
no
to do.
problems crossing the road, thank
It
you.
doesn't have to do with the chickens per se. It has to do with the when they get they kind of lean into you. The REDBRANDs.
Ooh, the REDBRANDs.
And like
Are they-
you might have like other people might have been like looking whenever that word is spoken. They're just like they
I
just kind of
whisper, I
quickly
don't
look
say it out
down and
loud.
like try and focus on whatever they're doing.
Who are they?
They're the group of bandits that are accosting our town. Like
What?
Me and Jables
What
are-
is this?
you haven't
I will
seen
talk
them?
to my friend. I've never heard of them. Are they perhaps men with small penises but large swords?
Um, I
What's the
haven't
deal with that?
inspected their undergarments, so I wouldn't know that part.
Why
But
do the guys with the two-handed swords have the half-handed penises? I always want to know this.
I haven't inquired on these things. They've kidnapped a lot of my friends and family members, so I don't want to make comments about their
They took your friends
genitals.
while they were sleeping?
They took my friends in broad daylight.
Are
My
your friends children?
goodness.
Are you Horatio Alger? What's going on here?
I think they're selling people into slavery.
What's the deal with that? That's terrible.
It is terrible. I don't know what the deal is. It's slavery.
Where are these slavish men with small penises located?
Well, typically they hide out at the Sleeping Giant Bar, which is just, down the road behind the Stonehill Inn.
How many men are there? Oh, I suddenly know where this bar is.
I suddenly know. Well, usually
That
there's
perception skill is paying off.
usually there's about 5 or 6 inside the inn.
Are they large men?
Well, they're like burly-ish. They're stronger than me, but I'm just I'm just a cabbage salesman.
Cabbage sauce.
Oh,
Garlic
I
crumb.
love cabbage.
Well,
I hear cabbage salesmen make a lot of cabbage.
if you deal with the ruffians, then I might be able to give you a couple cabbages on the house.
We might just have to give those fellas a stern talking to.
Well, my long-eared friend, would you like a little head of cabbage?
Indeed, I would. Thank you.
As you have not solved the problems in the Sleeping Giant, he sells you a cabbage for 1 silver.
That's an expensive cabbage.
It is an expensive
Holy crap.
cabbage. They have to
Is
make
it
a
a
profit
gold-plated
considering the
cabbage?
ruffians are taking over their town.
Jonrick, I recommend you only eat the one cabbage. The beer is probably much cheaper. Hey, Jables, Liam, come over here. I've got a deal for you.
I'll
I
walk.
haven't had my first ale yet. Bartender, we
There's
need some
kidnappers
ale for
afoot.
me and my
They're,
mates.
they're kidding little nappers. They're taking
kidding,
little children
they're
who are
kidding
asleep.
little nappers.
They're kidding little nappers.
Jairee, I said wait until I had my first ale. God damn it. Bartender, can I have some ale, fucking please?
And I'll order a boiling water, a hot water.
A bowl and hot water. Well,
A boiling water. I'll just order like a cup of hot water.
oh, boiling water. Okay.
Boiling water, boiling.
Apparently, you've turned into my wife.
Yep. He'll give you like if that's all you want, then the proprietor will just give you like Toblin will just give you a pot and just kind of like something to hold it with and be like go to the fire and boil it yourself.
Okay, then I have no problem doing that. So I go to I imagine it's like a little mini kettle that he gives me.
Yeah.
And why is there another Jairee on the map?
I'm trying to get rid of him. He's floating around.
Teleporting around. He's like teleporting around.
He clones
You'll
himself.
never catch me.
You'll never catch me. I can clone
I'm with
myself.
Obama. Oh, I'm with Biden. Oh, I'm not with Trump. Whoop. Jerry
So-
Seinfeld do his car routine. Thank
So
you.
I'll go and boil the water and pour me a little cup of it, and then I'll take out of one of my little pouches that I've got these dried mushrooms, and I'll steep them in the hot water and make some sort of drink out of that.
All right.
And
I wanna
And
have
these
Captain-
these mushrooms, they're just kind of regular edible mushrooms.
yes, these are some that I found out in the wild that I know make a pleasant, aromatic tea.
Okay.
But and then I'll just kind of look around the table and hold the cup out for anybody who wants to
I'll
drink.
take some.
Okay. You start tripping balls. No, I was kidding.
You start tripping balls.
that smells pretty
Does
good.
these mushrooms, this tea that you make, does it have some sort of like special benefits?
No, it's just
Just like aromatic, and
basically
it kind of
tea.
has
Doesn't
Yeah.
give
a
you
pleasant
dysentery.
sense and
Yeah,
taste.
it's just like a tea.
Okay.
Now, like I have other stuff in my herbal kit, in my herbalist kit that I can do to make other stuff.
Yeah.
Really, it's this time period is just great that it doesn't give you the shit. That's all. That's all I'm caring about.
Yeah.
It's a sweet smelling kind of a meaty flavor in the tea, almost like
Yeah.
a broth.
So, Jables, you wanted a beer, and he offers to sell you one for, say, same price as the cabbage, 1 silver.
17 gold.
17 gold. No.
I've got a shitload of silver, so I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Oh, how much money do we start with?
Uh,
I just
started
took
with
the
10
money
gold.
from my old guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, well, how much did you have? And that'll,
uh,
whatever you had will be
yeah,
the average.
30 gold.
Okay. 30 gold for everybody. Average. Seems
Well,
about right for...
is it by tens? The
Yeah.
30 gold is 300
By
electrum.
level. Oh yeah, I think so.
We doing Electrum?
Typically, I
don't
don't
know.
do Electrum.
I've never
Yeah.
used that.
Because Electrum
Yeah.
is like 5 silver?
No, 1 gold is 2 electrum.
Oh, yeah, that's 5 silver then.
Yeah, and then one's gold
Oh
is 10
yeah.
silver, right?
If anybody
Yeah,
else needs
yep.
ales, they're on me.
So we're just
Thank
doing.
you, sir.
Yeah.
How about you, Jerry?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Toblin is, of course, pleased that you're spending extra funds in his establishment. And he's like, Praetor, what are you doing here?
Adventuring.
Just off
Adventuring.
the road.
You're to get off the road. I see.
Well, I was working for a man named Gundren.
Gundren.
Yeah. You know him.
Well, he hasn't been here for quite some time. And of course, Toblin notices that you're with Silwar, and he's like, well, Silwar's here with you. Where's Gundren? Gundren's always with Silwar.
Good question.
Silwar is
I'll
just
just-
like, Gundren was taken. They almost took me too. These guys saved me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot all about that.
Some goblins or something like that kidnapped him, and I believe he's being held captive in a place called Cragmaw something or other.
Cragmaw.
And,
Interesting.
yeah, he owes us some money for escorting some goods for him.
Well, maybe.
I'll ask.
Yep,
ahead.
go for it.
I'll ask the the barkeep, if he has a map of the area.
Toblin doesn't necessarily have a map of the area.
Does he know where we could find one?
Does he know where you could find Cragmaw?
No. Well, yeah. I mean,
He
that's even
doesn't. He
better.
does not know the location of Cragmaw, but he does say that there might be people in town who might know.
Okay.
and
Is
or
there-
perhaps like it could be connected to the leadership of the Red Brands. Toblin is
Oh,
not
those
really
kidnappers.
like afraid of saying the word Red Brand because he's like openly pissed that they're there, and he often refuses to sell them any booze, but he will give booze. He'll like sell booze to the bar that serves the Red Brands, the Sleeping Giant. And so
how
they
do-
kind of leave him alone because he's
how
the.
would we know these red brands?
Oh, how do you know them?
How
Well,
would you know? How would you know if you saw one of them?
they all have a distinctive uniform of having a red scarf.
Red scarf.
Huh.
And are they a tight knit group, or are they, you know, would one red brand know another if he saw him on the street, or would they be?
They would. There's enough of them that they might not know each other from. Like, the villagers would know that there's enough of them that they likely haven't seen all of their faces, but they know from their red scarves that they are red brands.
Is there like different factions of red brands, like different,
No.
like a
They
motorcycle
said there's only
club?
like 6 of them.
Well,
No,
there's
there's
six.
only-
There's
yeah,
6 of
yeah.
them. They said that there were 6 of them in the Sleeping Giant,
Right.
but usually, though, like there are more that kind of go around the town and harass shopkeepers for like quote unquote protection money or stuff like that.
So there's probably like what 250 of them.
I would say there's probably about in total 40 to 50.
Okay.
So enough that you would, if you had been around them long enough, you would recognize all their faces. But if you're just seeing a couple that come by every once in a while, then the scarf is more of a defining trait than their face.
But I'm thinking, he's asking if one red brand saw one of us with a red scarf on her head, would they
Yeah.
raise a flag and say, "Hey,
probably-
you're not one of us"?
You'd probably get away with it for a while, unless you
Or a rabbit?
like. You'd probably get away with it if you found a small. Yeah, a rabbit would not get away with that.
Or a hairy little halfling.
Yeah, your group would probably do very poorly in trying to disguise
What about
themselves
an
as
elf?
red brands.
Yeah, the elf would be all right, I think. Just
The elf would probably
Wrap-
do okay. The
wrap
rest
the
of
scarf
you
around his ears or something.
Not so much.
And what time of day is it?
Do you got any meat and vegetables and some bread? I'm really hungry.
Oh,
when
you say
Toblin would have
meat
given
and
you like a small bowl of stew along with your ale.
And when you say meat, Liam reaches back in hanging off of one of his pouches and pulls up a dead. Oh, never mind. He puts it back.
A dead rabbit. Just like start to pull it. Oh shit.
Jonrick looks mortified.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. Oh boy.
What's in this stew, Todrin? Or whatever his name is.
Toblin?
Toblin, yeah.
Toblin will be like, a little bit of this and that. Primarily venison, but
Say,
a little bit
a lot of this, none of that, and I point to
I
the
love
rabbit.
He'll point.
The
He'll
best
kind of
stew ever.
turn away from John Rick, and he'll be like, a little bit of that,
Oh,
and then he'll be like, shh.
I'm content with my cabbage, thank you.
That was my coverage.
all right.
How do you feel, Jonrick, about people who eat little rabbits? Not you, but little rabbits.
Yeah, I'm not a rabbit. I am a Haringen.
Well, I don't
But
mind people with little humans, so
I
even Faye.
guess I guess if someone wanted to eat I don't know a monkey, would that be a human equivalent? I don't know how the science works for these things.
Well, for him, it'd probably be like a pixie if somebody ate a
Well, that's what I
pixie.
mean, like an elf or like some kind of Fae. Like,
I
no, most
wouldn't.
Fae are assholes.
I would never eat one, but I see your reasoning. Oh, it doesn't really bother me. Other than it being a living creature of any sort, I'm perfectly content with a vegetarian diet.
Okay. Um. So
Not me. I love meat.
Yeah.
how
You
how are we?
you would hear like because you're saying this out loud in the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, you some like a red brand would come in at that moment to be like, ha ha ha, loser.
What?
Who is he calling a loser?
Jonrick, you gotta get your belly full of meat.
So a
None
red
of
brand
that
says
plant
that.
flaky stuff.
A red brand says that.
Yeah,
Red
red brand
brands
just
are
kind of walks in.
just call them rednecks if you're
Um.
you gotta get your
I'm
fill.
gonna. Hmm, gentlemen, I
Oh,
need to
this
go
is.
utilize the facilities.
Go ahead. So how does the
No.
stew taste? Is it any good?
um, it's not anything spectacular, but it's hearty and it's warm and it's enough to fill you up, but it's not like anything to write home about.
That's all I
So
wanted.
what's the floor of this establishment? Is it clay dirt or is it wood?
It'd probably be clay dirt everywhere that's not the bar, and then the bar would have some wood under
Okay.
it.
Okay. So where the red brand is walking in, I
Is it
want
just
you.
one of them?
Just one,
Yeah.
yep.
What? Well,
Okay.
guys, I'm already walking
And
out the
he's
door
kind of
behind you.
like
No, he's walking in. The red
he's
brand's
walking
coming
in,
in.
but he's already had his fill of liquor from the sleeping giant, and so
So
he's
what?
fairly intoxicated.
So I'm gonna use as he's walking in. I'm gonna use mold earth and just completely excavate a hole out from his next step so he falls over.
What the hell?
Is he face plant?
Uh, I'll just roll a d20 to see if he face plants. Yes, he does. He definitely face
So,
plants.
so when he does that, I I run and jump on his back and I want to try to hold him down.
Okay.
Oh, we're in for a show, everyone.
Now just to let you know,
Okay.
my character is
What's that little
there's
shite
no room
doing?
for caution in life. Live it to the fullest.
Okay.
So I'm balls to the wall with everything I do.
He's the halfling version of Margin.
Evo.
Let's.
Basically,
You
yeah.
weren't even there on Monday. On Monday, they're like, okay, let's like use water walk to get past these giant alligators. I'm like, no, screw that. Let's get them.
So as I use mold earth, I want to try to jump on top of him and kind of hold him
Try
down.
and
No,
pin him down.
actually, no. That's not what I want to do. When he falls down, I want to take his red bandana off and put it on and say, "Na na na boo boo."
Okay. So you're not going to do anything to
I'll
him
just,
physically?
No, I'm just taking a scarf
I'll
up
step
and
behind. Well,
putting it on
actually,
my
I
head.
will step behind him and stick my rapier pointing his back
Oh, you like,
after he jumps off of him.
and you're like trying to threaten him?
Yeah.
Okay.
While
Well,
he's on the
then,
ground.
do you say anything to him?
Come on, Jerry.
Why shouldn't I kill you?
Roll intimidation.
I don't know if I have intimidation.
A rogue with
Jables
I don't have it.
says, "Oh, this
charisma?
has got interesting."
I mean,
Ray
I
takes his
can
loot
roll
out,
this,
starts
You
playing.
can roll it, yeah. It's still a
Oh,
roll.
that's not bad.
but I roll. Hold on.
13.
Okay. Well, he's
That's not bad.
gonna try and counter intimidate, and he's going to fail.
Oh,
So
Allah.
he'll be like, because I don't
No,
know.
you.
I don't know.
Punk ass bitch. What's the deal with that?
Well,
How many-
you're mean. You're mean. That's what you are.
I start to
How many-
grind the tip a little bit into his back.
How many other
Ow!
townsfolk or patrons or whatever are in here?
Oh, there's probably about 5 regular townsfolk, and they're like
Okay.
almost petrified that you guys are just like openly defying the red brands.
And so as he's got his rapier in his back, I'll go and grab him by the scruff or the hair, and I'll pull his face up, and I was like, "Where's your hideout? Where's your hideout?"
Okay, well, no, you can do intimidation.
Oh, that's not going to work well for me.
Well, I start to move my sword point down his back until I'm past his back.
Oh, you're gonna like send it down his a 9.
Well, I'm putting it right at his belt level. I'll start grinding into his belt, so I'm actually cutting the belt.
Okay,
So yeah, I don't intimidate.
you're not really intimidating to him.
No, I don't have much intimidation.
Yeah,
Why
he'll
don't
be-
you answer their questions? What's the deal with you having a small penis?
It's regular sized. It's not deformed.
Not when I'll be done with it. It won't be.
Ah! And he kind of like gets real low, and he's like, "You're gonna cut me down there?"
Well, I prefer to think of it like shaving, but hey,
Shaving what?
like the skin off your penis. Think of it like a circumcision.
Like a circumcision or a circumcision, man?
I used to be a
It's
moil.
like it. No, I take the foreskin off and some of the side skin, some of the top skin, some of the bottom skin.
Okay, if he tried to run away at this point, would he be able to?
No, well, there's a rapier being pressed. At this point, I'm probably cutting through his belt because I haven't stopped pushing through the leather of his belt.
Okay. But he's still, like, he's on the ground prone, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm behind him.
Yeah. And if he was
So,
to
like,
try
he'd
and
have to,
move
like-
forward, then
I would
his
probably slip and
pants...
shove my sword up his ass.
Oh. Ugh. Well, he's probably going to try and get away from you. Like, he does not want his genitals to be given a circumcision like shaving.
Does anyone? You know what? I'll have fun with this. At that point, since I'm already grinding my rapier into kind of the where his coccyx is, I'm just gonna push really hard down and break the skin.
Oh, like, okay, so you're going to try and do, like, sort of an attack?
Like actually, sort of an attack, yeah. So you want me to roll something?
Yeah, you just roll an attack roll with advantage.
A rapier enema.
Okay,
Pretty
I'm a
much.
little fuzzy on the,
Yeah.
like that.
No.
Oh my gosh. Yep. So roll damage on that. And because I guess you have advantage, so you're technically also doing like sneak attack.
That wasn't
I
damage.
think I killed him.
Well, that wasn't damage.
No,
Oh,
you
no.
have
Oh,
to
wait.
get
Yeah, you
have
gotta
to get
roll damage.
But the
Hit
Where
the
the hell's the
word.
damage?
hit the word rapier up under the.
I did.
Huh.
I'm hitting rapier.
I rolled it.
Where the hell?
No, you got to roll rapier in the chat.
You see where it says in the chat where you rolled it?
Oh, sorry. It's like this.
Oh
There
my
you
gosh.
Oh, I was doing the sheet. Sorry.
And
And then I would do the sneak right.
go.
well, you already
did a
rolled the sneak
sequence.
attack damage.
It was 9.
Okay,
so
so
20
You
damage.
did
20.
20 damage to this guy. So describe
Well,
how
mainly to his
your
ass.
like anal rapier raping kills him.
Put a new meaning to the word rapier.
So as I'm holding his face up, the rapier comes out of his throat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man.
Actually, it more. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of comes out of his pelvis.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
my god, what did you do?
Yeah, all of the townsfolk run out of the bar screaming. And Tomlin's
Jairee,
like, what
Jairee,
the
what's
frick, guys?
What's the deal with that?
Well, the deal is this: I used my rape gear.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
so
Tomlin is like, get out.
I will go. Is there like a lumber yard in the city?
Actually, I think we should take him back to the bar to his friends.
No, I was going to put him up in the middle of town with a note on him. Like,
No,
get a
I think we should take the body right now to his friends and tell him the townspeople attacked him. Then
To
murder
the
all his
sleeping
friends.
giant?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to put it on the townspeople. I wouldn't put it on the
No. We kill them. We'll surprise them.
Jairee, I think this was like a little bit
Overkill?
overkill.
Well, I didn't mean to do it. I was trying to make a point. Unfortunately, I
You
made
didn't
too
mean
much of
to
a
jam
point.
your sword up the man's ass?
I think
No.
Jerry's chaotic evil.
He's chaotic evil.
Oh, neutral. Jairee has a problem with
I thought
authority.
you were just teasing the man, having some fun with him. But then you really rammed the sword up his ass.
I didn't actually mean to do it, guys. Sorry.
But
I'm
okay,
starting to wonder about you, Jairee. Your puff shirts and sticking things up people's asses.
Oh no.
so as he kicks us out,
Maybe I actually Jerry Epstein.
I look at the barkeep and the cup that I have the warm tea in. Says, like, should I leave it or do I put it down or can I carry it with me?
I don't think the man's gonna let us have a room now in the inn, do you?
I think we can go to the other end, guys.
Is there another inn?
Yeah. Down the road.
It's the sleeping giant.
Yeah, I know.
Is that an inn or just a tavern?
We're killing assholes. See if
Why
we can
would
find out where the
sleep-
kidnapped townspeople are.
Oh, I mean, yes, they do need some kind of justice, but
Look, I don't think the townspeople are going to tell the Red Brand what we did because they don't
Well,
like the Red Brand.
I
Why don't
say-
we bring the
Yeah.
body?
Tomlin is
the
very
thing.
clear, and he says, "If you get the only way you'll be let back into my tavern, the only way you'll be let back into my inn, if you get rid of the red brands."
So this is like a center of town right here, right?
Yeah,
Like a
that's the
main
town
thoroughfare.
square.
That's town square. So is there like any kind of signage or postage up there? Like, because what I want to do is I want to like not crucify him, but like tie him up to a post with a note on him and says Red Brands.
They're
Unless
crazy.
you want
You'd
this-
probably
if you-
there'd probably be like a general message board.
yeah, so we'll tie him up to the message board and with a note that says, "Any other Red Brands in the town, this is your fate unless you leave immediately."
yes,
Okay.
a sword up your ass is your fate.
Hey, they'll get the point.
They'll get the point. Okay then.
It's the fate of the town.
Get the
It's the fate of the town.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are doing this, then and you guys are all participating in hanging this guy from the center of town.
Is that a good idea, guys? No, yes, no, maybe.
No.
Yeah,
Maybe
one-
doing it.
not
One
going to be
regular
seen
sized
doing
guy and 3 really short people trying to do this plan
I
sneakily.
mean, I'm not leaving the party, but Jables is not going to like be hanging up the body and doing any of
I
that.
don't actually think that's a good idea. I think we should really grab a cart, drag him over right away when he's still warm to his friends, and just say, "Hey, look what happened to your friend. We don't know what happened. We found him outside of town, and the townspeople said that he's part of your group." And just see what happens.
We'll
You
carry
there?
it.
What's the
Yeah.
consensus on that decision?
Well, I tell you what, I will use my beast. Here's exactly what I'll do. I'll use my beast form to turn into a horse, and
Okay.
and y'all can throw him over the back of me and lead me up to the.
Preferably a small horse, unless you're going to be doing the lifting, Jairee. Jairee the Giant, that's what I say.
Okay, I will lift him up, Sir Grayfoot.
So I'll be shape into a horse. I
Okay.
think I can do that. I think a horse is 1/4. I'll check to make sure. Seahorse. I can be a seahorse. Yeah. A
If you
horse.
guys are carrying the body up, if we throw the body on the horse, I'll just start throwing that on my Riki.
So the horse is a 1/4, so I can we'll lead the body over there.
All right.
All right. I will move you to the tavern map.
What is a war horse? A war horse is.
Blind.
No, I can't do a war horse.
Yeah, I will put
Oh,
you
I cleaned my
guys.
sword off before we go.
I should hope so.
I may have caused a problem, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Does anyone have a good deception skill?
No.
I do,
Yeah.
but I'm a horse.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm not having
Okay.
any part of that.
the horse is the deception.
So Jables would have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Jairee would have dark vision.
Where are we?
In the dark.
Right.
I mean, are we still in the town center?
No, I moved you.
no,
I
we're
moved you to
carrying
the. I moved you to the map that is the inn.
So
I'm
we're carrying the body up to him and saying that we found him outside of town like this.
Right.
Okay.
Just now. We were just coming into town. We found him.
Why don't you just leave him like
Jim,
you said?
Do Haringans have dark vision?
You would think so, but no.
Okay. So I'll give you vision.
That
Why
is
don't you
weird.
just leave the body where you said you were going to leave it?
No, we wanna infiltrate this.
These are kidnappers and murderers. They act, all jokes aside, these people kidnap children and adults and take them. They're awful.
I know, but why even bother carrying a body? Let's just walk in there and just start killing them.
Because we can get in there. We can get in there. You know.
You should be able to walk in there anyway. I think you're going too far, trying too hard.
Who wants to skip it and just walk in and start hacking people up?
All right, you want to carry this fool's body? Be my guest, so I'm not going to do it.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Well, you don't have to carry him. I'm carrying him. I'm a horse.
Is it daytime?
Yeah, it'd be
Okay.
like midday. I'm just making sure that everybody's tokens are the default tokens, so I don't have to give them dark vision every time.
You look a little big for this grid.
Well, the grid is not consistent,
Okay.
so the sizes are not 100% perfect. Because I just turned off the grid here, which is why, like, when you're measuring, which I actually have to turn on keyboard shortcuts. Because I use them all the bloody time. It's not just snapping.
Well, Jables, why don't you try to sneak around and give a reconnaissance of the place? And then we will lead the body up to the door.
I need to jump out and jump back into the roll 20.
Okay.
I'm here.
I mean,
Yeah, I can go take a look around, and then
Or maybe you go in as a separate party and get in there and start drinking with them, and then we'll come up to the door maybe in 30 minutes later.
Did they say if this bar was only for the red brands, or do
They likely
townspeople go
hinted.
here
They
too?
likely hinted that townsfolk do not. Townsfolk have tried to drink there, and the Red Guards typically
Muscle them out.
Yeah, muscle them out. They
have,
usually rob them and then.
So yeah, we could do your thing from earlier, give Jairee the red headband and send him in there and kind of scope it out, since he's probably the closest match to what they look like.
Probably too clean. I'll dirty myself up a little bit.
start kicking dirt on.
Yeah, just throwing crap at it.
I like start pawing the ground.
Oh yeah, because you're a horse.
Yeah.
Of course.
A horse, of course.
We're all up here.
So, what plan are we on with, guys? I don't care which one we do. It's super fun.
Oh well, why don't you go in and see what we're dealing with?
Okay. I'll look in.
Is this
Should
like
you pretend to be a red brand or
you know what? I'll go in with you. I don't like the idea of you going in alone.
neither do I.
We only
Neither
got
do
one
I.
red scarf.
Just like try and
Alright.
feign being friends or something.
if this is
All right.
Yeah.
you could be, I mean, if you're a bard, you can probably be pretty charming and
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
All right. I don't have to pretend to be a red brand. They'll probably like me anyway.
All right. So
Actually, we can go as bards. Or I can go to red brand. Either way.
Yeah, pretend to be a couple of traveling bards.
Cool.
We can play a tune.
all right. Well, you can march your way over to the tavern and see how things go.
All right.
And you're both just going as bards.
Yeah.
Jairee, that's also what you're not trying to go as a red brand.
Nah. We'll just go in as what we are. Screw it.
Well, somebody tie that red scarf around my neck then.
Okay, I'll tie it around your neck.
That's the
the
horse.
horse.
And
Official
okay,
red brand horse.
as the horse, are you going to be like you're just going to be standing out there in the middle of the road?
Well, You know what? Mr. Rabbit Man, Mr. Harrington,
Yep.
Jonrick, you hide, and after they get in there and start doing what they're doing, I'm just gonna walk up with him tied to my back,
Okay.
and then I'll kick the door down.
Don't kick the door down.
Is this like a drop here or a raise?
No, this is kind of just like a generic tavern map. So ignore any of these like elevation changes.
Okay, this is just shrubbery and grass.
Yeah, it's just kind of some
Okay.
trees out front.
Yeah, just hide, and then after they get in there and do their little thing, I will prance up as a pony and come up here and just kind of kick the door. Or if there's people out there, they'll see it. But
Okay, so as
As I'm
Jables
Jables
and
is walking
Jairee
in.
approach. Well, before you walk in, they kind of come up close to the door, cut you off a little bit,
All right.
say, "Hey, this is a red brand establishment.
Ah, you
We
lads
don't
look
like
you
we
can-
don't we don't like other folk here."
I play some strums on my lute, and I say, "You lads look like you can use some entertainment. I just need to make a little bit of coin, and you guys can have a good time. How about it?"
Give a persuasion.
All right. Hold on a second. Persuasion.
Oh,
I'm not really buying your store there, son. Maybe you could pay your way in.
I
Be
I
5
strum
gold
some.
if you want to come in here.
Damn.
I'm gonna strum some something on my Riki.
Okay.
Come on, boys! Don't you want to know? Learn. Blah, blah, blah. Did you have a good time? Learn about the world from us. Your song. We want high, right?
Yeah. Okay, the two red brands kind of look at each other and they're like, can you give me a perception check?
That's performance, not
Nope.
persuasion.
No,
I was doing
performance is
performance.
yeah,
Oh,
because he wanted to like showcase. Yeah.
and then I want to do persuasion to try to convince them.
Okay. Well,
There it is.
they're like, all right, five gold is a little steep. How about 2? And then, well, you can perform up front.
I sort of look over at Jables.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Um. Well, I
Hey,
think
on
that's
the way
great.
out.
But
Tell you what. Why don't we give you a cut of what we make on the way out?
I suppose we can do that. Yeah. All right, you go sit up. I'll tell the boys you seem like you're on the level.
I would
So
appreciate
they
that.
kind of go off to the side and let you enter the bar. And then they tell you that you can sort of set up in like this kind of area which
My
they
map all
fashioned.
black.
Why is your map all black?
Yeah, I thought it was still loading, but like I just realized, I looked at one.
Try
Oh,
zooming
because
in
you
and
have
out.
no. For some reason, you had no vision.
Clearly, you watched me drive.
You should have vision now.
I do. I see the world. Haha.
I don't know why.
So where are we setting up at?
Where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. And so yeah, you guys can give me a. Do you wish to do a joint performance or one at a time?
Yeah, let's try.
I
Let's
do.
do a duet. We never tried one of those
Okay.
before.
Sure. We've never tried anything together before. Should we sing one of the happier songs about the orcs raping and pillaging the ghosts, or
I think you
Let's do
should probably
something where we like.
you could sing a happy song about. Well, that wouldn't be a happy song. You probably should not sing about impaling their teammate in the bum.
your friend Jairee here shoved up his arse? Old MacDonald had a farm, and he ripped your friend of the sword.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's do something about the red brand being the best brand and watch
Yeah.
out or they'll kick your ass, that kind of shit. All right.
The red brand side is the best side.
All right. Well, the red brands are even the ones outside are enticed by your performance. They all seem rapt in attention.
Wow, we
Jerry,
rolled
are
good.
you gonna move into the thing, Jerry?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
Your
move your
token's still
token into the
outside.
bar.
There you go.
sorry. Thank you.
And as I hear the song getting to its
Crescendo.
yeah, I will prance up as a pony and why the hell is it being so shitty for me right now? What the hell? Okay, I'll prance up to there and I'll start like hitting the ground, making some noise at the door to get their attention.
Okay. And you're doing this when the song is over.
Well, I ride up during the middle of the song, but as the song is over, yeah.
Okay. And then you're just stomping in the ground outside.
The last stanza of the song to make, and the 6 brave REDBRAND stood, then they fought their battles well.
Yeah. So the two that were at the door that were distracted by your performance go back to the door, and they see this horse that's stamping and pawing at the ground that has one of their members
Bleeding anally.
bleeding from his anus and has a REDBRAND scarf.
You know, I've heard there's diseases that do that.
Yep.
Um,
So
Jables is
Iron
going to
poisoning?
start weaving. Jables is going to start weaving a sleep spell into the music. It affects creatures within 20 feet.
okay, go for it.
All right.
I think you could probably hit. Well, you could certainly hit these 4. Or unless
Well,
you wanted to try and like put it right here.
No,
And
I'm trying
then-
to just get the 4 in front of us.
Okay, yeah. Works.
And is it rolled like an attack, or do they just do a saving throw?
No, you roll
it just
your
goes hit once.
5d8, I believe it is.
Okay.
And it affects the lowest hit points on first.
Yeah.
But that goes for 19. Not extraordinarily well, but
Okay, well, let's just do yellow for sleepy time. And are you doing what kind of music are you playing while you're weaving this into a sleep spell?
It was no, we were just doing like
Part of the REDBRANDs of the best brand kind of
Yeah, we're
performance?
just riffing basically.
right.
Okay. So,
And when the song is like when they're riding off into the sunset, that's when I start weaving the spell in.
all right. I'm going to do a couple intelligence checks to see if these guys are smart enough to realize that it's not a song you typically fall asleep to. Yep, they're too dumb to realize that. So they don't think anything that their compatriot fell asleep on the floor.
Okay.
But
These guys
the two guys they're very suspicious, and they're eyeing up this horse. And
so is this door open or?
well, they've opened it once they heard you pawing and stamping on the ground.
Okay.
And so now they're around you and they're inspecting. And one of them calls out saying, let's see, what's his name?
Horatio.
Sure. It's Horatio Bilderson. He owed me money. But
And
I don't,
start to
even
get
he didn't
uneasy as
deserve
a-
this.
I start to get uneasy as a horse. I start like kind of, blowing out of the nose and
They're
kinda
trying to console you. Let's see. They don't have a specific animal handling skill, but I think that's a wisdom.
Yeah, but even as
Well,
would he
they're
be able
gonna
to do it?
try and roll it just to try and console you as a
Okay.
horse because they don't realize.
Okay.
Well, they rolled amazing. So they're very good at consoling you, but you don't really care because you're not a horse.
Yeah.
So they think they're
Well, I
doing
mean-
really well.
if they're like patting me on the cheek or on the neck, I'll kind of nuzzle up against one of them.
Okay, well, yep, they're not upset by you. They're still upset by Horatio Bilderson's anal leakage,
Yep.
and they're rousing the rest of the REDBRANDs to be like, Horatio's dead.
So
The town
am I
must
getting-
pay.
Am I getting any kind of like signal from you?
From me, I'm a,
Yeah.
I'm
Can
a
we hear
horse.
that inside?
I'm
I
actually.
don't-
Yeah, they would have called out inside very loudly that Horatio
moved off the
Bilderson is
stage.
dead.
Can we roll initiative then?
Yeah, actually, I'm already moved off the stage.
Sure.
And I pulled out my bow, or actually
Okay,
my sword.
if you pull out your sword, then you're definitely rolling initiative. Let's
Yes.
do this. And I'm going to have all of them on the same initiative roll. So,
By the way, Eric, if you're gonna
Yes.
try to pass through those guys, that'll be
Oh
contested.
snap! You
That'll
know
be,
what? You're right. I can't move off the stage while you're still casting, can I?
That would be contested if you were gonna try to move through them like that.
Okay.
It'd still be next
Good
to
call.
me. Yeah.
Wait, is this an open doorway here?
like
just
behind
Right
you,
here? You're right here.
you can enter into this area, but I'm going to say this is not actually.
Well, no, I was actually looking to get
exit.
over here.
Oh, you were trying to
I
get
was
to like
actually-
behind the bar?
Yeah, so I wouldn't be in his zone of attack.
If you
I
guess
you
it's
stay with me. I got 3 guys over here.
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I can just go stabby. It's fine.
okay.
I got 30 feet of movement anyway.
I don't know how many I got as a horse.
Jesus.
Our tokens are like a little big. Can you make them a little smaller?
Yeah, I could make them smaller.
Match the other guys. Yeah. There you
Hey,
go.
I don't want to match them after I've been seeing them with their dicks.
There you go. Now it's just Lord Greymane or Grayfur or whatever the hell it is. There we are. Okay. So we have Liam and we have Jonrick. So we need
Y'all
the
do
2
the
bards to enter. Oh, you rolled a 13. I can add a 13 for your turn. That's easy enough.
I didn't roll in this shit.
and out one wild shape.
There you go.
No, can I rage in beast form?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
Wouldn't
I've
that be
never.
the perfect time to rage?
Yeah, you can.
It's a good thing you know because I'd never encountered a situation like that. But
The
sure.
only thing you have issues with in beast form until later is casting spells.
Yes.
But I mean, if you're raging, you're not casting spells anyway.
Which is why I have to always time my stuff really well when we play on Mondays.
Right. Because yeah, I mean, are you Moon Druid?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Because you can you would have to do it in, if you're already an animal, then yes, but otherwise it's going to have to be 2 turns because you have to bonus action to shape change and then.
Well, it's it's a bonus action for me to shape change as a moon druid.
Yeah.
But I'm already a horsey.
Right. So yeah, if you were barbarian, also yeah, you can.
All right. Well, let's kick this puppy off.
Alrighty, Jables.
No kicking puppies.
No kicking puppies.
What can I do with a sword to a puppy?
What?
And you tell the
What can I do with
story.
a sword to a puppy?
Nothing. I will rage on you if you harm an animal. No.
Okay.
I do remember that was like when Lyle put up the initial post. That was like
Yeah.
one thing that he said was like, no animal cruelty.
Yeah.
And we're all like, so can we kill like a wolf if it attacks us? And he's like, why are you asking that question? Be like, well, we just wanted to know. Like, are you just like saying no animals can be killed?
No animal cruelty.
No animals were harmed in the production of this game,
Yeah.
but we killed a shit ton of them.
Yep. So, anyways, Jables.
Jables will use Charm Person on one of these guys.
Okay.
Let's see which. On this guy right here. Trying to snap him. Not working.
Make sure you have your
This guy.
Okay, kind of figured. What save?
A wisdom saving throw.
Kind of figured it would be a wisdom saving throw. Well, you're probably going to fail it, and he did. So he is charmed. So.
Hello. All right. I'm like, my REDBRAND buddy, I love you so much. You're like a brother to me.
I love you
And
too,
that
man.
asshole-
I love you too.
That asshole behind you, he's making stupid faces at me. You should teach him a lesson and kick his arse.
Oh, he's my, brother's sister's cousin twice removed, so I can't. If I touch him, then it'll be family trouble. But like, if you hit him, then I'm not gonna say nothing,
All right. And does that other guy say anything in response to what I was saying?
Oh, he'll just look at me and be like, he'll kind of just give the finger across the throat, like you're dead give.
So anyway, that charm person, that's my regular action, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to fix something on my sheet. I couldn't get the tool proficiencies custom skills thing to work right. So I had to build a second thieves toolkit in there and to make it work right.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna do that thing while you're singing and playing. I'm walking around, and I'm gonna come over here, and just stand behind right over here.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Are these guys all asleep?
Only the guy in yellow.
Okay.
I just charmed the other guy.
Okay. Am I okay killing these guys?
Well, don't kill the one that's asleep or charmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll save those for last.
Okay.
I'm next, right?
Yep, you are.
I'm gonna come up. Guess I don't want to hump him.
What now?
Or do I? I was not sitting on top of him. I said, I guess I don't want to hump him. Or do I?
Oh well.
14.
14, dang. Well, you definitely hit him.
What? No, it's not 14. It's only 10.
Oh, yo,
10 plus
yeah,
4?
it's only. Well, you don't do a crit.
Yeah, you didn't do the crit. Crit's the.
Gotcha.
You don't have advantage against it.
But
But,
no, you
so
don't.
here's my question on that, because I have that sneak attack, and then I also have that cunning action. Does the cunning action at level 3 then count as a full attack, right?
Hold on.
Last
I
time I
didn't
checked,
use
you
more than
can't
I-
use cunning action to attack.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought 'cause that was level 3, it changes.
No.
Starting
And
to
I don't
take
know
away
if
your
like
quick
walking
attack.
straight up to them is a sneak attack, because you
No,
have to
no,
draw
'cause
the rapier.
There's something where, like, if you have more than half your movement left, and you're moving before. Oh no! If I'm moving before them,
Yeah, you have to be
That's what-
like my wife has that in her rogue,
Mhm.
but she is the assassin archetype. The assassin
okay.
archetype is if you take your turn before them,
Oh, got you. I was looking at the
then
assassin. Sorry, my
you
bad.
get advantage.
Yeah, I was trying to do a straight thief.
Yeah. So
Maybe it should have done an assassin. Damn. Good.
the assassin
okay,
is
that's my
pretty.
action.
It's pretty nifty. Yeah. Okay, that's your turn.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's fast hands I have. There we go.
Yeah. Well, the one that you struck is gonna strike back, and your AC is 14.
14.
So the first one is gonna hit you
Oh,
for 4 damage.
Ow.
Big ow. Second one is not. And then this one's going to come for Jables.
how many is in that room? I can't really see.
4.
Oh, okay.
And Jables, your AC is also 14.
14.
So you get hit twice. For a total of 7 damage.
Oh.
I didn't see you roll. Did you roll in the
Oh,
screen?
I rolled him. Oh, okay. This is not.
I would keep it secret. I like it better secret. That way you can fudge it if you kill us.
See, I don't really care. Like, this is Lost Mine.
Yeah.
I like ensure that all my rolls are fudged for Curse of Strahd,
Yeah.
because then everybody, like, I make their death saves a secret in Curse of Strahd. So it's just like, yeah, you died. It's like, what? But in this one, I'm like, I don't care.
Okay, so what are we doing then? Are you rolling on the 20?
Okay, well,
or...
I'll make it public. What the heck?
Okay.
So after this one, all the other ones will be non-whispered.
Okay. So he hits me?
Yeah, he hits you twice.
For how much?
7 total.
Okay. What did he have? A sword?
Yeah,
What
he
kind of
just
weapon?
had 2 short sword attacks.
Okay.
And then you're still a horse.
Yes,
So-
I am. Of course, of course.
Yes, I am a horse, of course. They're gonna prepare in case like something weird happens.
Oh, something weird's fixing to happen.
Well, they're kind of on edge because this random horse just showed up with their anally leaking friend. So they're wondering what's
for
the
you.
cause of that. Yeah, question?
Yeah. Do I have to make a concentration check when I get wounded?
Concentration check for charm person?
Yeah.
Is that concentration?
I don't know. Let me check.
I didn't think it was.
I don't think it is. I think it's just like sleep.
No, it's not. So you don't have
Okay.
to do a concentration.
One other question about that.
Yep.
Since I'm being attacked, does the person who is like they're charmed to me, will he defend me at all?
I don't think so. I think they treat you as a friendly acquaintance,
Okay.
but the people they were with were also
Friendly
friendly acquaintances. So they're kind of just like of the opinion that you guys will just fight it out.
Okay. Yeah, charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that'll be the ruffian's turn.
Jack Harrington. No.
Yeah.
Jackalope.
Jonrick Grayfoot. You're up.
Jonrick.
Jonrick.
Do I get like advantage or anything? Are these guys like distracted by the horse?
Of course.
I wouldn't. They're kind of. I would say they're more. They're not focused on the horse at all.
Oh, okay.
Like they're kind of just like something must have sent this horse here, so they're kind of like peering and trying to like observe everything in case something comes out at them and attacks. That's what they're more concerned about.
Okay, well, I'll definitely attack. This one in the front. With a firebolt.
Oh gosh.
11.
Oh yeah. An 11 to hit. No.
Okay. And then with my... Oh no, that would be an action. All right, never mind. I guess since I put a ball of fire over there, I'm going to try to cause a ruckus and make sure they see me run over here.
Kill the wabbit
That's good.
with my spirit magic helmet.
The holy hand
Never
grenade, if
know,
anything
man.
else says.
Oh, that's a good one too. Brother,
Wow.
bring forth the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Okay, so Jonrick is distracting Liam.
So as the firebolt hits whatever it hits over here, it disturbs and scares the horse.
Okay,
I can't roll off of the horse page, but I can roll a d20, and it's a +6 to hit.
okay.
So
No.
13.
13 does not hit.
Oh.
Well, damn. That is some shitty rolling.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And I will stand my ground. I mean, I'm just like I bucked
So it's
up and-
it's very clear that as a horse you tried to kick them.
yes.
Okay, well,
Well, it looked like I made it look like the firebolt startled me.
Firebolt that I shot.
Yeah, so when the firebolt hit over there, I kind of reared up and kind of brought my hooves down on.
Okay.
Tried to bring my hooves down on top of this guy.
I'm gonna have them roll a wisdom
All right.
to see if they can
Discern whether I was
discern
trying to
whether
hurt.
you were actually doing it from shock or whether you were.
Yep.
No, they can't determine anything. They'll just be like, "Ah, you stupid dumb horse. He didn't even hit you." Also, delayed reaction much, dumbass.
happened in the same instance.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm just gonna hold tight.
Okay, Jables.
Alright. Jables is gonna hit this asshole with a short sword, the one who
Okay.
stabbed at me.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all all about hitting some assholes with a sword.
Well, he was the one who did it. No.
It's 11. Does 11 hit?
No.
Alright. And he's going to try to move behind his buddy here for cover.
That would invoke an attack of opportunity
Why?
because you're
Because
leaving
you
his
moved
threat.
out of his
You
combat.
moved out of his threat range.
Oh, I see. Okay, then I'll just stay there.
Yeah. Okay. Jairee.
I'll whack at this dude again with my rapier.
Okay. Nope.
So, what's the first number and second number? I'm just curious.
9 and 23.
No,
No.
the first.
What does it mean?
Technically
fir-
correct.
the
Thank you,
first number.
I just
the
passed
first.
kindergarten.
The first.
The first number is your regular
is
roll.
your
The
regular
second
roll.
number is if you roll with advantage.
You
Okay.
always take the higher
Wait.
number if you roll with advantage.
Yeah.
How do you? Okay, I'll figure the advantage thing out. But okay,
Well,
I don't know how to do that, so I'll figure it out.
But the
Look.
first number is always your
Yeah.
normal roll.
If you're rolling,
Okay.
if you're rolling regularly, then the left number is the only one you focus on. If you're rolling with advantage or disadvantage, then you have to look at both.
Okay, so what if I'm roll? What would determine rolling with advantage? In
Well,
combat.
anything that would give you like flanking, or if they're prone, or if they're
Gotcha.
distracted or blinded, or there's a bunch of different status effects which grant you advantage. So
Or if it's something to do with your class.
yes, class
Okay.
or even race once in a while.
Okay, cool.
Class is much more common. Like I had a buddy who he was a rogue and he used like elven accuracy. And so he actually got to roll 3 dice.
Oh snap!
Yeah, he never missed. Got annoying to DM. Because he would sneak. He had such a high bonus to sneak. And then he's like, all right, I have advantage, so I get to roll 3 times. And I'm like, ugh. Anyways, so REDBRANDs. Top one's going to continue trying to go for Jables. And he's going to miss twice, damn it. The one who is charmed, I'm going to get him to do a wisdom check to see about the guy who's asleep. Be like, dude, are you okay? Like, we're in the middle of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say with a 12, he's going to try and like rustle him awake. And both of them are going to spend their turn like either waking each other up or waking up. And then the one that's next to Jairee will hit him once for 8 damage. Good hit.
Oof.
Max damage. And then the 2 that are down by Liam are going to rush towards Jonrick. Are you going to use an attack of opportunity as a horse?
I will on the first one.
Okay.
So I'll roll a d20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
D16.
that'll hit. Yeah.
And then 2d4 plus 4.
Okay.
So
7 damage.
on him. I think it's plus 4. Let me make sure. Yeah, 2d4 plus 4.
Okay. Damn it! All right, the second ruffian is going to realize that you are
That
not
I am not
a
horse.
nice horse.
Of course, of course.
Damn it! They cannot hit you guys.
Wait a minute, they actually might hit me.
What's the
my
AC of a
10.
horse? Oh, well then
AC's 10.
with a 10 they would. So 7 damage to the horse.
Horse punch.
So he's going to
So
carve his initials into
that-
your derriere.
That would leave me with 3 horse hit points.
Having horse steak tonight. All right, so that's all the ruffians.
Yes.
Jonrick, you are back.
Jonrick is going to use his action to piece together an eldritch cannon to place upon his shoulder. And then with his bonus action, how do I make a attack with this? Maybe like this? Possibly. Yes.
Like it works.
20 to hit the guy in front of me with a force ballista.
Well, that'll definitely hit. 14 force damage.
Jesus.
2d8 plus 3. My goodness.
And it pushes him 5 feet away.
Is that
No.
Is that
it does
a
not push
level
him.
1 spell?
Oh, it's not a spell. It's I make an artificer cannon.
Yes, you do. Damn.
At 3rd level, you know how to make a magical cannon using woodcarver's tools. Blah, blah, blah. But then
Technically, Eldritch Energy is magical.
Oh, you can only do it once a day?
No?
Yeah, it says once you create a cannon, you can't do this again until you finish a long rest.
Right, for free. I can use a spell slot to do it.
Okay. So how many shots do you get out of it? Just one.
No, it's a bonus action weapon basically. Like spiritual weapon, you can attack as a bonus action. That's
Huh.
basically this. You make a little cannon, and you can either make it like a small size where it would take up its own space, or I could make it small enough to fit in my hand. So that's what I made a small and put it on my shoulder.
Okay. Huh.
Just
So it's basically like a little creature that fights for me on my bonus actions
My goodness.
because it's got an AC, it's got hit
8.
points.
Yeah. I think it's pretty dope.
Got a little
Target.
shoulder cannon now.
Target
Yeah,
the
like
bunny.
the Predator.
all right.
Needs
Target the
lifted
rabbit.
buck.
So 14. Oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, you just obliterated him.
And then I will move over here so I can finally see what's over here. And it's a well.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
What's
Does
the
my go?
associated noise with that kind of a cannon? Does it
What's
sound
that?
like does it sound like a real cannon going off? I mean,
This one I don't think so because it's a ballista,
Yep.
Boing.
right?
I'd say it'd be like the Joe-Cat Eldritch Blast. Anyways, Liam, you're up.
Is it my?
Yeah.
Is it my go?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of pony up next to this guy and block him from getting in the door, and we'll make a hoof attack at
that's funny.
7.
You're gonna pony up to him.
Yep.
Gonna pony up and you hit him with a hoof attack. Well, you hit.
17.
So 2d4.
7 again.
7 again.
That would be 14. Oh no, I hit the other one.
You hit the
first.
other one. That's why it was. That's
Yeah.
part of why he murdered him. He would have almost killed him, but your pony attack made him weak.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
I would like to rage too, but too late.
All right then.
I'll do it.
Jables. Gonna
All right.
continue
I say,
your
"What's the
short
matter?
sword.
What's the matter? You're not a music lover?" And hit him with the short sword.
That
19.
definitely hits.
All right.
You hit them
What do
with
we
language
roll, dude?
proficiency, Sylvan.
That was me. Sorry.
That was
That was me. I'm trying to.
I know.
I made some mistakes. I'm trying to fix my sheet. Sorry,
That's
I really am
not
running on exhaustion
damage.
right now.
You got to hit the short sword in the attack thing.
No. I thought
No,
Jay
I'm
was just still
talking-
playing.
I didn't do it right.
No, you got it.
You gotta in the chat.
In the chat bar.
It'll highlight
Yeah.
red when you move your mouse over it.
Or
Yeah.
blue if you're on dark time.
Yep.
There you go.
So 6. All right. Stupid dwarf! I'll kill you later. All right. Is that your turn?
Hey, Jairee.
Did that take into account my bonuses?
Your damage bonus plus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1d6 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You rolled a 4.
All right. Well, that's what I do.
All right, Jairee. You got
Hit with a 13.
13 is not hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are in deep trouble.
I'm going to use my free action, that thief action.
Your cunning
What's
action
it called? Cunning action. Thank you. To disengage.
to run away.
It would behoove you to run over there next to Jables that way.
That's actually what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to try to backstab Jables guy.
Well, you can't do it on this round, but
No. But
You
I
can try and move
disengage
into a
now.
position where you can flank him.
Yes.
Right.
Oh wait.
All right.
Don't move me.
You are now in a position to flank Jables' guy.
Should I
Unfortunately,
actually? Should I jump onto the table?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I've got jump with no
Dex
cost.
check. Dex check.
It's not a high
Athletics.
table.
But still, distributing your weight. Have you not seen the drunk girl fall off the table?
So many drunk girls.
You
once
guys haven't
again, I
you guys
figured
haven't drunk
drunk.
that much.
I had tea.
I would
Unless
say
it was a good
if
tea.
they were doing it, then I would give them a dex check because they've already been casually drinking when you guys haven't really drunk that much.
Best
So-
drinking is day drinking.
The best drinking is day drinking. Anyways, 2 more attacks
We're
are
the
headed
healer,
towards Jables. And both miss. My goodness.
Wow.
Jables is a crafty dwarf.
Ching, ching.
Yeah.
I'm
But
blocking him.
then you have 2 attacks with advantage. My goodness.
And they
Actually, I'm
both
okay, aren't I?
2 more attacks
heavens.
that are coming at Jairee with advantage.
How are there 2 more?
Because
We're
the one guy who was asleep got woken up by the one guy who was charmed.
fuck. Okay.
So 4 damage. Ooh.
Fuck me. 23.
Yeah, 23 will give you 4 damage.
What's the deal with I'm dying in a fucking shitty bar?
Oh wait, how much damage did I take earlier? I forgot. I forgot to take it off.
You took,
Is it 7? No.
I believe it was, yes.
Whatever gave you 3 horse.
Yeah,
Oh
health
yeah. Oh
left.
yeah, that's right. I still got 3 horse points left.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I don't
Can I
have
ask
to
you
take
guys
that.
a dumb question really quick? 'Cause I'm just looking at this.
Okay.
I realized I misread it earlier, but where it says I can do an extra action, could that be like throwing sand in someone's face, or for the
for your bonus action?
fast hands, level 3, take a dex sleight of hand check, use your thieves tools to disarm a trap, open a lock, or use an object action. So like, could I like throw sand in someone's face as the use of object action?
I'd say that
Do you have sand in your pocket?
No, but I mean like
I would say
coins in my
I would
pocket,
say
but-
I would say more would be determined by what the objects are around you. Like I could say
Okay.
you would use a bonus action to interact with objects, and if you grabbed one of the beers and splashed it in their face, you would give advantage. You would give yourself advantage on the attack.
I'm gonna fuck this up again. Okay, I need to fix something, but yeah.
So that would be what I would say as far as interact with object.
Okay.
But it would have to be determined by what the objects are in your environment. You can't just say, I pick up a flower, and it's like, well, you're in a cave.
Cave flower.
I pick up a cave flower. You pick up a
but I
mushroom
mean,
and
like-
feed it to them, and
Yeah,
they
but
go
that was
through
the thing,
psychedelic
like,
stuff.
That's what be like if I have like coins in my pocket and I throw them, making it rain in the room. That's my bonus action. So all of a sudden, people are diving for coins.
As long as
some kind of distraction.
yeah, like if they're not in combat, I would as long as you can explain why it makes sense, then I'll typically
Yeah.
allow it.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So the horse gets hit for 4 damage, so I don't think you were a horse anymore.
When did they hit me?
Just now.
Yeah, they hit you for 21.
Oh, they hit me. Okay, so I lose 1 hit point, or do I just soak that extra 1 damage, or does that come off of my actual hit points? I think it just comes off my actual
Oh, I
hit
should have done an acrobatic.
I'm not I think it just come.
Yeah, it comes off my actual hit points.
Yeah, I think
so
it comes off.
yeah.
So
That's cool.
And then he has 1 more attack on you for 20. Apparently, he can hit you.
Yep.
For another 3 damage.
No.
And then that is the ruffian's turns. So, Mr. Bunnyman,
Mr. Bunny Foo Foo.
That's Mr. Bunny to you. I would always make my brother laugh when we were kids by referring to, like, Pumbaa. They call me Mr. Pig.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to try and Eldritch Cannon him.
Oh, the tactical nuke.
Eldritch Tactical Nuke. Tactical Nuke.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I was doing all this talking. I didn't know I was muted. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot at that guy. I'm sure he's taller than my friend here, so
Yep.
um yeah.
That's good.
So
Please no hit. Please no
Roll
hit. Please no hit.
D20.
Please no hit.
dunk, dunk, dunk. Where am I?
Well, you cast a firebolt.
10 does not hit.
No.
And then my cannon's going to I hate
Oh, you
having
get
it.
2 attacks. Damn.
Yeah, because it's a
Because it's a bonus action for Eldritch Cannon,
where the
Ugh.
hell did it go?
which is
Oh.
really dirty at 3rd level.
Yeah.
Wait, no. How do I
There. Oh no.
how do
What?
Nope.
stop it?
Stop it. But
It's
apparently
not-
now we've learned that you can turn your Eldritch Cannon into a flamethrower.
Yeah, it's,
Nice.
this
Nope.
is not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
I'm getting my faces off of gangsters that have
Yes.
red scarves.
You. There we go. All together now.
Ooh.
Okay, that hits. And once again, he did.
How much
I-
damage did it do?
12
I don't
damage.
see it.
It doesn't show on my screen.
Yeah, it just says force damage. I don't see a number there.
Yeah, it says 12.
Oh, all right.
So once again, you killed him. So you took it away from Liam. But now it's Liam's turn.
Well, first I'm going to.
Well, you
Is this
can move.
door unlocked here?
No, that's not actually a door.
Oh. And I guess I'll move. Where is the door?
Um,
Is that the only door in the front?
Yeah, that's the only door in the front.
Okay.
it
Is
was
there
just
like
kind of
a
a ju-
window?
There's a small window like here, and then you wouldn't know it, but there are some windows in the back.
Okay. Well, how far was that?
This is not built
I
up to
can
code.
go to here. I'm just trying to make sure there's nobody hiding out back that is gonna barge in on them. But that's the end of my turn.
Yep. All right, Liam.
I would like to rage. Actually, no, I would not like to rage because that. Let me see how far I can move.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't quite get there. So I will run and jump on this table. And then, as a bonus action, I will rage.
Okay.
I would like to rage.
Yeah, they look at the tiny halfling that's raging, and they're like, "It's so cute."
I get on top of the table and I raise my spear and my shield and I say, "Come get some."
They'll be like, "There'll be plenty of time for you after we take care of this weird elf."
All right.
And the one guy that's charmed is like, "But they did such a good job."
I'm that's my turn. I'm done.
Okay, Jables.
Please.
All right. Same thing.
With advantage, that is a crit.
Why did I have advantage?
Because you have Jairee on the other side of this guy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
12, which is enough to murder him.
Ow.
Doop 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 doop. All right. So that's
All right,
one
and
dead.
then all right, so then I'll use my bonus action to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and flank this dude behind him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give Jairee an inspiration, bardic inspiration, singing him a song. I'm not actually gonna sing a song, but that's what
What
I'm
would
doing.
you
Oh.
do if you started a dumb shitty fight? And you forgot you weren't a fighter today.
I don't have anything ready. Next game I'll sing.
Okay. Jairee.
Okay, I'm gonna go stabby stabby on this guy.
Okay. The one you have advantage on.
Yep.
Come on, no hit. Ah, dang it. Yeah, you hit. Come on, no anal penetration of death. You killed him.
Hey, I didn't stab him in the anus this time.
Fine. Big whoop.
This time. Big whoop, want to fight about it?
All right. So you stabbed him and didn't stab him in the anus, and he died.
Stabbity stab.
So the other guy, while I'm there, I'm gonna kick something off the table and into his face, like a beer or something, to distract him.
Okay. Well, he is. I'll say that distracts him. Sure.
Okay, do I need to roll anything or?
No.
Okay,
So.
and I'll yell surrender as I do it.
Well, he's not gonna. Well, he is the only one left.
No, there's
Depending.
2 left.
What?
There's
Well,
2 left.
okay, yeah, he's not the only one left because the only one left is, or the other one left is.
Wow.
Surrender my ass. You have
Okay.
5. Yeah. Well, first attack. That knocks you unconscious. And the second one's coming for Jables, I guess. And Jables gets 10 damage. This guy is very pleased with himself.
You're using that
I
second
take-
attack for me.
Yeah.
You can split attacks like that.
You have. He has multi-attack.
Okay. But you can split between targets from one to
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way I've always played that. Just like
Alrighty.
players can split attacks too.
Alrighty. So that's a 10-point hit. That's pretty
Yep.
nasty.
That was pretty nasty, level 3.
Okay.
But I don't think this guy has much left in him. Considering that it's the Predator's turn.
Mhm.
The Predator Bunny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving around here, hop over this little fence, and check around back.
Little bunny foo foo hopping through the forest.
Is this a window here?
Yes, that is a window.
Can I open it and shoot through there?
I'd say if you used your like main action to like punch through the window, then
Right,
you could
or
create.
just kind of push it open. And
Yeah.
just use the bonus action.
Well, it doesn't really. It's not like a openable window.
Okay.
You would need to smash it.
Okay. What? I mean, it's a.
You don't
window.
need to.
Do I
You don't need to roll an attack roll. You could just
Okay.
smash it.
So with my action, I will smash the window. And then why is this stuck on me? With the bonus action, I'll.
Eldritch
Where the
Cannon.
hell did that thing go? Force Ballista, go! 12.
No.
I don't think that hits this guy.
No. He survived! At least he survived until... Oh, sorry, it's Liam's turn.
So Liam will, from his last action where he ran and jumped on the table,
Yep.
this next part, he jumps using that momentum and raises his spear high in the air. So he's got a buckler on, so he can basically switch to two-handed with the buckler still strapped to his arm. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So he will do that and come down with a two-handed spear attack.
Yep, that
into
hits.
the guy's neck.
Big pokey poke. For 5 damage.
Oh, and I'm raging, so +2. So 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
That's it. He did.
Jables.
All right.
So that.
Yes. Yes.
Out there.
That hits. For 5 damage. Well, that also hits. Jairee, let's see if you finish this guy off.
I'm unconscious. I'm unconscious.
yeah.
I'm a -2.
So death save it.
I fail and fail at finishing him off. Please someone shove a sword up his ass.
You gonna roll your death save?
Okay. Dumb question.
How do you roll a death save?
Where's my sheet?
Yep. Death saves are right underneath your where it says. So it says current hit points, temporary hit points, and then just underneath that it'll be successes, failures, and death saves. Yes, you definitely pass.
Okay, roll the 19.
Yep, that passes. All right. The red brand is. Yeah, he wants to take a chunk out of Jables. Nope, because he doesn't have advantage. Second one definitely hits. For 6 damage.
Okay.
Alright, that's his turn. Alright, just hit him with the Eldritch Cannon, Jonrick.
Well, first hit him with the Eldritch Blast.
Well, he's not a warlock.
No.
Hit him with the Firebolt?
Gotta go with the Firebolt. Which
Okay,
finally,
that hits.
Jesus.
And
fire damage.
You have been the mass killer this round. You ignite him. Oh, whoops.
And then
Not the right person to kill. Sorry, Jables.
bonus action.
I'm like, oh no! He killed.
You don't need the Eldritch Cannon. He's already dead.
No, the other one.
Oh, the one that's charmed. That would
I
be
don't know he's charmed.
That would be an insta-kill. That's so much
Jesus,
damage at level
18
3.
force damage.
Yeah, I'm going to say that 18 force damage basically like plasters him against the wall.
Nice.
All right. So that's the end of the combat. You have killed all of these guys. Liam takes out his herbalist kit and tends to Jaree's wound. So if you're going to take... Can you roll for a herbalism kit?
So, okay, hold on. So let me...
Okay.
So that's... But
yeah.
This is what I've got. It's called medical intuition. When you make a wisdom medicine check for an ability.
I was basically... I didn't know that was an ability, but I was basically the same thing.
Yeah, so basically, I guess I can make a stabilizing, to stabilize him.
That's a racial trait?
No, it's not Well, yes, the mark of healing halfling.
Huh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's not Wild Mount, it's something else. Oh, I can't.
Oh, what it came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was One of
Ravnica?
those.
Jables is gonna go over there and do a cure wounds on him.
Maybe.
Halfling, Mark of Healing.
Well, it's just Mark of Healing. I don't think it's where it can come from.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a generic halfling thing. Huh.
I think I originally was gonna play a halfling monk, and he had that.
Interesting.
I did a cure wounds on him.
Okay.
Well, you didn't. We probably didn't have to do that. I was kind of doing what I did so we could save our spell slots in case things got deep.
All right. Well, you've defeated. I'm going to put them kind of all over in the corner. You have defeated the red brands that are in the bar.
Are there any mice or anything in this bar?
No,
Even
There-
if I check the cellar?
there aren't really any visible rodents.
How
You-
many points does
Are there any invisible rodents?
Well, you could tell that there would be like some small piles of rodent droppings on the corner.
Steve, how many points does he get back from that? Because it's like two different numbers here.
Well, did you cast it at a higher level?
Yeah, I cast it at their level.
You can't cast it at third level.
Can't you?
No,
You're a
you-
third
I'm a
level
third-level guy.
character,
Yeah,
but that means you can only cast second level stuff.
Okay. So let me redo it then.
Do I go -2 or do I go to 0
You
originally?
go to you go
Oh,
to 0.
Yeah, there is no negatives. The only time that negatives take effect is if you take so much
gotcha.
damage that it's more than half of your current hit points on top of like what you took,
Okay,
and then it's like an insta kill.
gotcha.
So
How many does he get now?
You get 16
9.
Okay.
no, you get
Okay.
16.
16 hit points.
I'm not complaining. That gets me almost all the way up. So
Yeah,
better than 0.
for certain.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So-
you could hear in the corner or from the bar. You can hear from the guy's name is Greasta, I believe.
Greasy.
Well, not greasy, but Greasta.
Probably a little greasy.
Yeah. Surly, and it's actually a woman. A surly female dwarf named Greasta.
Rista.
Greasta.
Well, hello there, madam.
Greasta looks at you with immense disdain. You had to. You had to do that here. Do you know how much crap they're going to give me for having 6 members of the Red Brands die in my establishment? This is supposed to be the Red Brand friendly establishment. And now they're all frickin' dead.
And when she says 6, and I'll use my spear and point to the door, and I'll say 7. There's one laying outside. Actually, there's
No, I moved them all into. She knew
Well,
that they
no.
were 6 total.
well, there was one that
I moved all the bodies, even the ones that are outside. Oh, oh, you're
the
talking.
one we brought. The one we
Yeah,
brought.
the one.
Well, she
from
didn't
the-
know about.
Yeah.
She'll look
That's
at you
why
with
I-
even more disdain, and she'll be. You killed another one, and you brought him here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Get out! I don't want you here.
Wait. Madam.
What?
You have to loot the bodies. We have to loot the bodies.
No, you
Can we go there
don't.
while we do that?
Get
Yes, we do.
out! Get out!
You want us to take the? Can we take the bodies outside?
Sure, you can take the bodies outside. Try and take the blood with you.
Just ignore her.
I am. I'm gonna loot the
Don't
bodies.
ignore me, you surly asshole.
Okay, I raised my crossbow and pointed at her. You need to
You
shut
don't
up,
think
lady.
you don't think that I've been threatened before, Dick? These guys are bandits.
She knows you personally, Jables.
She knows you personally. Take the bodies, try and clean up the place, and vamoose. I don't want to hear
There's a moose?
hide nor tail of you.
When she
Ever
says
again.
vamoose, I'd be shaping to a moose.
Oh my gosh, why?
Madam. You live me very
I
lucky
don't know if I
today.
can be shaping to a moose.
I don't
but
think you could be shaped into
All
a
right, we
moose.
just loot the bodies, and I do ignore her.
Yeah.
Ask for a beer.
You ask for a beer.
No, I do. We'll just call it a horse. But
I think
wanna be
she's
shaping to a horse
gonna
with
try
antlers
and
like a moose.
chase you out with a hardened piece of bread.
Bring it on.
Yes, madam, right away.
Thank you. At least someone has some modicum of respect. I wouldn't
Could you tell us
expect
where- Could you tell us where their hideout is?
their hideout. If you leave, I will tell you where they are.
I will leave.
She looks at Jables. So what's it gonna be, dickhead?
She does know you, Jables.
We don't know you.
I'll be right back.
Fine, you tell us what we want to know, we'll go.
As soon as you exit my door, I will tell you where they are hiding.
Finish looting the bodies, and I asked one of my beers to get there.
You ask what?
When my beer's going to arrive, and I finish looting the bodies.
I'm not going to give you a beer. If you
She's
if you
gonna
give
tell us
me
where the
you
hideout
give
is.
me a chunk of that loot. Because it's going to cost that much to try and buy my way back into good graces with the Red Brands.
Wait, you want them here?
I don't want them here, but I can't stop them. And if I can't stop them, then I need to keep in their good graces so that I don't end up like that guy. And she points to the one that you impaled through the anus.
Don't worry. Ask him. It all came out okay in the end.
Ask the guy that got impaled in the anus if it's okay. You're a dense one, aren't you?
Maybe. Maybe
Get
a little
out.
bit.
Get out. She kind of chases you out of the establishment.
She chased us out.
Yeah, she chased you out.
How much were you able to pilfer off the bodies?
You were able to pilfer. I'm going to say. Let's say D10 times 5. So that's 25. You were able to pilfer 3 gold from the bodies.
Okay. Do we have a party fund or?
I'm not sure if we had a party treasury.
No, we were just dividing shit.
And
up.
we might have had a party treasury that we were keeping track of things, but I think we were keeping track of things on the old Discord server, which is now defunct.
We
I-
got fun.
I kept track of my own share. That's all.
Okay. Well, so now that you have exited the establishment, Greasta comes out to the door, looks at you very sternly, and I'm going to move you to the Phandalin map. You guys are all now by the sleeping giant.
And I'm still a moose. I kind of look like the remember
All
that
right.
show Northern Exposure.
As long as you can actually transform into a moose, then that's okay.
Well,
With those
There's no
antlers, you're not
moose.
gonna be able to get through the door.
Well, he wild shaped afterwards. I don't know what happened to the. I do not know what happened to Mr. Bunnyman, Jonrick, and why he's not on
Is
this
the,
map anymore.
He said
up
Stonehill
here.
Inn.
He's at the inn.
Okay. I'll move.
I guess I don't know. He just wasn't showing up on my map. Oh no, he's just hard to see because he blends in.
I think I don't know what moose challenge rating is.
I don't think there is a moose.
Oh, cool.
Moose 5e D&D wiki. Challenge rating 1/2.
I can't be.
Well, that's homebrew, but still, it makes sense.
I was thinking I would just use the horse template, and then
Let me guess, it's those ruins up on that hill up there.
Yes, you are right. They are in the cellar of Trisandar Manor.
There's
How
an
many are
elk.
there?
You can be an elk. They're only a challenge rating a quarter.
In the
I
cellar,
mean,
huh? All right.
But
Oh,
How many are there?
you guys look pretty beat up. I
Yeah,
would
I think
suggest trying to find somewhere to sleep it off and maybe staying out of sight because the REDBRANDs are going to be searching the town in force. Thanks a lot, you giant doofuses.
You're quite welcome, madam. We are happy to help you.
You're not helping.
Hmm?
If you get rid of the if you get rid of the ones in Tresender, then I will welcome you back to my bar as normal patrons.
Certainly. Do you have a cart?
Do I have a cart
Yes.
to like do mobile service? You
Well,
think
I
that I have a
don't know.
cart running this place by myself?
I don't know where you service people.
I service people in this inn. You nincompoop.
Sorry,
No,
guys. I can't do this with a straight face.
was she where was she saying these people were?
They're up here.
Oh,
Well,
Trisand. Okay.
Tresender.
I need to go to the Smith's place for a second.
Okay.
And if they have a leather worker, I need to go visit the leather worker.
Well, they have a smithy, which I already.
Yeah, I know where he
And
is.
they do not have a leather worker.
They have a general store.
Yep, they have a Lion Shield Coster.
Okay. I'm
Let's
gonna
go
visit
back
the
and-
smithy.
Let's go back to Stonehill Inn and ask that innkeeper if he has a place where we can hide out somewhere and rest for the night. Or maybe he knows of a place.
Well, Toblin reluctantly offers you a place to sleep, but because he has to kind of smuggle you up there, and because it's a great personal cost, normally food and lodging I'm not even price per day. This would be like a modest, so that'd be like 1 gold. But because he has to do so at great personal cost, it's going to cost you about 3 gold a night to
That's
stay
perfect.
there.
We have 3 gold.
3
Yeah,
gold
just-
each.
Oh, snap.
Because if they find you there,
That's fine.
you're all like, Toblin is going to get decapitated.
That's
I
fine,
decide decide not to sleep in the inn. I'll sleep on the roof.
On the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Well, is he gonna keep us at the inn, or is it gonna be someplace else?
No, he'll smuggle you, like he'll bribe another townsfolk to like watch the door and smuggle you upstairs, and
Okay.
he'll kind of put you all in one room and lock the door and pretend if somebody comes by that the door is broken or something.
No, it seems to me like that's going to be the obvious place they look for us.
Yeah. I would think this is the first place they're gonna look. Yeah. I would think we're probably better off just camping at this point, or sneaking into somebody else's house.
Sneaking into someone else's house.
Well, I mean, like having someone else sneak us in their house. I do want to hit this.
Considering you
I
know
want to hit the
nobody in
city.
this town?
Right, exactly. So I mean, I don't know. We talked to other people. We talked to two people, two surly people.
Can he, can he have somebody smuggle us out on a covered wagon to one of the houses on the outskirts?
I think what's his face? I always forget this guy's name. Sildar will tell you that Barthen promised that he would pay every member 10 gold for selling the provisions in the wagon, which you guys never actually did. And Barthen could be persuaded to or Sildar could be persuaded to ride you guys out in a wagon.
Okay.
For like a couple gold.
Yeah. To where?
To like a mile or so out of town.
So we can camp.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that sounds better.
Yeah.
All
right. So he smuggles you out to a campsite. The town, you can tell in the town that there's lots of hubbub and yelling and lots of things going on while they try and search for you. But nobody comes out to where you guys are, and you guys have a relatively peaceful long rest.
Okay.
Let's heal over a long rest.
Yeah. And okay, so right now it's
You get all your hit points back, don't you?
Yeah, you do. All your hit points back and all of your spell slots. Now, I know for some of you it is past midnight now. So if you want to stop there, then that's okay. I don't really care.
I'm up for continuing.
Okay, we can continue for another hour or so.
Same.
Okay. All right, so you guys awaken, and you guys are a mile out of town.
I want to, first thing in the morning, I'm going to go looking in the woods.
Okay. You're looking for mushrooms again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me a survival check to hunt for mushrooms. Yes, you easily find mushrooms.
All right. Now, could I find some mushrooms? So I found this thing earlier. You go ahead.
You found this thing earlier?
Yeah, on the internet.
Oh,
dude, there's lots of bad stuff there.
Yeah, I know. Like, you found things, and it's right after talking about mushrooms.
Yep.
So you took mushrooms, you found mushrooms, and then you found stuff on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know that's a bad combo.
Yes. I'm going.
But while he's deciding what to do with his mushrooms,
yes.
Do you guys want to head back into town right away, or do you want to do anything else in the forest?
I was actually thinking about sneaking around through the woods and making our way up to the castle.
Oh, making your like
during the castle.
Oh, you're gonna try and make your way into Tresender?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys think about that?
We could try it.
All right.
So
you kind of check that thing.
So if you're trying to approach from, say, the north, and sneaking through the field. They're
I
not.
was actually thinking we'd probably be better off trying to come up on this side, on the south,
Oh, okay, like through the woods.
because yeah, it's wooded.
Over
It's
the
got like a
fields and
steep
through
slope,
the
so
woods to grandmother's house we go.
I have no problem climbing it up, and I can set up pitons and have you guys just follow me up.
Okay. So,
Would that work for y'all?
yeah, that would probably work. As long as, yeah, if you set up the required
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
then through efforts, maybe give me like a stealth check to see how stealthy you are about setting up these pitons. Then you're totally fine. So yeah, you managed to approach Tresendar Manor and are undetected. And you wish to enter
And then-
the broken down house?
Well, I thought maybe we'd come at it from, because the road leads up over here. Here's where you can kind of see there's a little bit of cover on the back because of the trees. Come back over on this side and sort of advance up this way.
Okay. Well,
So-
I'm going to put you into the REDBRAND hideout map.
My favorite brand, the REDBRAND.
The
Yeah, I wanted-
REDBRAND.
Just watch for a while and see if there's any like guards that walk around or what.
I don't know why you guys are so big. Like, there's supposed to be a grid on this map.
It's genetics, okay?
The grid is on. Like, that's really weird.
Actually,
guys
no.
are-
I
oh,
think
wait,
we're
no,
bigger
it's-
now than we were last time.
There, I just have to resize you. Because it puts you on at a certain size, and I just have to resize you so that you're like a proper dimension to the map.
What's the deal with my giant head?
There we go. Explorer mode is on, and then it's only Liam that's left.
I'm
What
bigger
is
than
this? Is
everybody.
this like a pool?
The area that you're currently in.
Yeah, but is
Is-
this like a pool or?
You're currently in the cellar. So you come down the stairs, the door opens into a 5-foot wide landing, 15 feet above a large cellar with stone steps descending to the floor and 2 short flights. Another door stands beneath the stairs to the north. A large stone cistern occupies the western part of the room, whose walls are lined with kegs and barrels. It appears to be a large storage cellar.
Okay.
And do I discern this as drinking water?
You could tell that it's like, based on location and appearance, it's likely drinkable.
Okay. I want to try. I want to try to make a like a poison. Which I don't know if we're going in and fighting. There's no need in that. Don't worry about it.
Well, that might be the smarter thing to do because, like, if there are like 40 to 50 of these and we took out like 7, there's still a good 30 some left
Mm-hmm.
minimum. We could just poison the shit and go back in the forest. You know, if you can make some poison.
Well, so that's the thing I shared on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
link.
don't see it.
Well, it's for
Okay.
what's his name? Steve. But
Okay.
it's basically when I go to look for stuff, it's a rare herb or unique herb according to the what I roll to find it, and then I can use those unique or rares to make certain things. Like
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
yeah, but I only got I wouldn't say that I'd have enough the right herbs to make that though.
Let's go back into the forest behind hide out then.
Take down your pitons. Go back out into the forest. I'm not going to move you out of the map. Just give, like,
Okay.
you guys managed to get in without being detected.
Let's look around.
Yeah, give me, say, 2 more survival checks.
Survival or stealth?
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say that you guys are, as long as you can keep an eye out for patrols, that you don't need to keep rolling stealth. Especially if you're coming from the back.
Yeah.
Like, if you were trying to sneak through town, then yes. But they're not expecting you to go right after their fortress. Well, those 2 checks are not going to help you that much.
Nope. Okay. Well, let's go through. Let's go through this.
Couldn't find any, huh?
Nope.
All right. All right. If it gets too hairy, though, then we bug out, right?
I'm
that
with
rabbit
you.
Was that a
Oh
rabbit?
my!
All right, then.
I put my rage.
Is there a hatch or some stairs or going down or what?
Well, hold on. Before we go, would you click? Before we go ahead, I'll call to Alfonso. It's like, hey, Alfie, is there room enough under this door that a lizard could crawl up under the door? What?
Under, like, the door up here?
Yeah, I can't. Nothing's working for me right now.
Yeah, my stuff's jacked up.
All right, let me see if nothing is.
Oh, I refreshed and now I can move my character.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
I've got. I can move that. So I can use I can use, I think, Beast Bond, which lets me see through the eyes of my creature,
Yep.
or through the eyes of the.
Yep.
So if there's a room up under that door there for him to
You're talking about this door now.
I don't know, ping it. Well, I can't see anything. My game just crashed. I tell you what, I'm opening another browser.
I'm going to say that there's probably a torch next to the cistern.
Yeah, but is there a hole up under the door that
Like, is
lizard
a lizard
crawl
could
up
probably observe it as long as the lizard has dark vision.
But what I'm saying is, can he go up under the door frame?
He can't fully go under the door, but he can look through the door.
Could I open the door a little and have him go in?
You want to try and open up this door?
Well, I don't know. I'm got to reload. But if it's the door right beside the cistern, yes.
Well, you can open the door. Yeah, sure.
I just want to open it like a little crack so I can let Alfonso through there.
All right. So, yep. Go over to the door.
Well, you don't have to move me there. I'm still.
Oh, you're still loading in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll get you to roll a stealthy stealth.
Still.
Yeah. That is a bad stealth roll. And
Yeah.
let's roll initiative.
Who rolled the bat? Wait a minute. I didn't roll that self roll. That was
I
REDBRAND
rolled.
Ruffy.
Well, but I rolled it from your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So roll initiative.
Hmm.
Cause yeah.
I can see everything on the map
Alright.
for some reason. I'll
Why am I
reload.
not rolling? Oh, there it goes. Man, I'm having a really long reload to refresh time.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. Like today is one of the only days in which I've had like 0 issues with Roll20.
Okay.
What the- How did I get a 4? I have a plus. Oh, jeez. I rolled a 1.
You
Okay,
rolled a
I got
1.
it. I was like, I have a 4. I have a plus. Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
All right, then I will roll initiative. Also,
Yeah.
where's the turnover? Oh, there it is.
And I'll roll initiative for Jables. And
Yeah.
you didn't have your character highlighted, so I'll just add you at 4. Okay. Liam, Jonrick, Jables, and Jairee. Perfect. So Liam, you go first.
I would like to step into the doorway. And I will do a defensive posture with my shield and my spear up.
All right. Well, all 3 of them are going to come after you. All 3 of them are going to temporarily occupy the same space. And you're going to get a lot of attacks.
That's fine. At disadvantage.
Yes. Okay, 1, 2. 16.
16 meets, so it beats.
So that's 5 piercing.
Yes.
1, 2. 14? No,
No.
you said 16 meets.
Yep.
And then the other, last 2 miss. So 1 attack hits out of 6. So that was pretty good.
All right.
All right, Mr. Bunny. The Bonner. The Bonner. Oh, I love the
I'll
Bonner.
come over here on these steps and use my action to create a cannon. Check that. And bonus action to fire the cannon. 24 for Mr. Unlucky in the middle there.
Yep.
8,
Well, he's gonna definitely take 8 damage.
8 force damage, and he is pushed 5 feet back.
Okay.
Now, with that doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, though.
No. Because he's
No,
being
because he's not
pushed into
running,
that.
he's being pushed, yeah.
Yeah. The only attacks or stuff that will are the ones that force you to run away. Like whatever that dissonant whispers, I think it is. The one you keep
Yeah,
using as a bard.
yeah.
That
'Cause
drives my
you-
character. My
Your
character's off
person
the wall.
is, whatever's happening to him is making them voluntarily run away.
Okay. All right, Jables, you are back, and it is your turn.
Okay, what happened?
So he tried to sneakily open the door so that his lizard could observe.
Uh-huh.
He was not sneaky about it,
Okay.
and so then they
They're
all rushed him.
Yeah, but I'm at a defensive posture. I'm holding them in the door, so if you can kindly
Okay.
kill them.
All
Help me,
right.
help me, kill them, kill them.
1, 2, 3. I'll jump up on top of this barrel right here. And I got looks like I got an angle to shoot this dude right here.
Okay. Yep.
So I hit him with my hand crossbow.
Well, you're gonna take a shot at him. Yep.
Yeah. I'll attempt
Whether
to
you hit him or
I mean.
not is
To the dice.
to the dice. don't see anything. Oh, there we go. Hand crossbow. A 9. Definitely not.
Good shot. Good try.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything
I'll just
else?
reload. Just reloading.
Okay. Jairee? Jetty?
So, am I able? Because he's here. Am I able to get anywhere where I can also get shots off with my bow?
You could probably... You could even stand in the cistern. You could probably get some sort of an angle off.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, I stand in the water, but I guess I have to. Okay, I'll take a shot with my bow then.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
Damage.
Since I'm adjacent to it, does he get sneak attack damage?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
Which also makes, that gives him advantage in sneak attack.
so
I
that
don't
would
think it
make
does
it.
advantage.
Yeah, it does.
For a rogue, it does.
That puts me at 11.
Okay. Ow. Okay. So Liam, your go again.
I will stay here and stay on the defensive.
Stay on the defensive.
Yep.
All right. Well, the ones they're gonna go back into their former posture and they're gonna continue their pointless wailing on you.
Nope.
Disadvantage.
Nope.
There we go.
Yes,
One hit,
one hit.
18.
Yep.
So that's 4 damage. Six attacks for 4 damage. Okay.
Is this the same fella that I hit earlier?
Hold on. I'm just trying to remember how much you hit him for. You hit him for 8.
Yes.
Okay, I just...
And
I have the...
I'll kind of yell back and say, guys, it would be nice if y'all all concentrated on one so I don't get hit so much.
Yeah, because I think each of us has hit a different
Yeah, you've
one,
each tried to shoot a different target. Well, because you're operating in the same way that Deadlands operates, where it's like you can't... It's like you don't want to directly shoot through somebody, but it's like in D&D, it's just like that's not a big issue.
Yeah.
Unless you roll a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Don't roll a 1. Because it can kill me.
Here comes a 1.
Eldritch cannon to the back.
I'm going to try the firebolt first.
No.
8. No, jeez. That firebolt hit like in 1 of 6 times I've tried to shoot it.
Yep, pretty much.
Where is this? That.
The bunny wizard. Nope.
Dang.
All right, Jables.
All right, same guy.
Yep. Yes, 23 definitely hits. You're trying to shoot the same guy as him? Or you're trying to shoot
Same
the
guy I was shooting before.
Okay, same guy you were shooting for. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
8 damage. All 3 of them are around the same hit points. Jairee?
Very.
Taking another shot.
Nope.
I thought I had advantage.
Oh yeah, you are a
do.
rogue. Yep, you do.
Okay,
Where
so
does it
would
say
be-
that on the rogue thing? Because I can't find it either.
It's one of the rogue's abilities.
Hold on, let me go back and look.
Oh no, it says you don't need advantage if an enemy is. So it doesn't give you advantage. It's just that you don't need it. Otherwise, it's whenever you have
Oh.
advantage. So you don't actually have
Okay.
advantage, so you do not hit.
Oh crap. Okay. So
So
sad.
no
Oh, well.
13 damage for you.
Okay, I'm sad.
Live with it. All right, Liam. You're gonna continue being a defensive prick.
No, I am going to beast shape into a panther.
Okay.
Let me find the panther. It is +4 to hit and 1d6 plus. Man, the horse was better.
The horse was better.
He was. If a panther moves at least 20 feet straight forward, and he can use kings. So yeah, Well, I've got more hit points and better AC. So yeah, I will attack. So it's a +4 to my attack.
Okay. Roll away. Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. That's.
Time to kill ourselves a panther.
I have 13 hit points as a panther. Or actually, I should roll 3d8.
What's your AC as a panther?
15 hit points. AC as a panther is 12.
It's 12.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first one hits for 6 piercing.
Bring me to 9. All right.
Apparently, neither of those hit.
Nope.
Kind of displeased at that. And then this one hits.
2. Yeah, both of those hit. Oh no, never mind.
He doesn't have advantage, so it's into the 6 damage.
All right.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it for them.
Are you raging?
No, I'm not raging.
Too bad.
I will rage next time though.
All right. I'm going to just say, Jonrick, Jables, just roll all of your attacks at once. Just because if you roll well, you could kill all 3 of them this turn. And I don't really want to. All right. Roll damage. Okay. So, middle one. Jables. Okay, well, the Eldritch Cannon is a killer. So the one in the center dies.
But I get
Jables,
back
you rolled
there.
a 1. So, yeah, I'm going to roll a D100, and if it's lower than 50, then you roll damage against Liam. Somehow, you managed to not hit him.
Okay. Because he's a halfling.
Yes,
I'm a panther.
he's a panther.
Panther. He's lower.
Yep. All right, and then Jairee, your attack roll.
Let's see. Can I actually hit something? No, I can't.
No, you can't. All right, Liam.
Wait, actually, no, I couldn't shoot at the guy anyway. Hold on.
What?
There you
I
go.
couldn't shoot at him anyway.
Why not?
Do I have? Can I see this guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one you've been shooting at the whole time.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I was shooting at him.
No.
My bad.
I would like to rage,
Okay.
and I will step into here,
I'm gonna try and scratch him.
and I will try the cat scratch fever. 15.
Yep. 15. Which one are you hitting? Top or bottom?
Top.
Okay.
1d6 plus 2 plus an extra 2 for rage.
Murdered.
He's a top.
So that's 7 damage.
Yeah, he's dead.
Awesome.
Okay. Last one is gonna take his last. Actually, no, the last one's gonna surrender.
He's gonna surrender.
Yeah.
Well, so as he does he hold up his hands?
Yep. Tries to hold up his hands.
I'll jump on him and pin him to the ground.
No, don't eat me. Don't eat me.
Nah, I can't interrogate him, so somebody else has to. Yeah, I'm sitting there.
Get this thing off me.
And I kind of like raise my paw to strike at him, like just keep him at bay.
Yeah, he's like wincing and closing his eyes and preparing for death.
All right. When Jables gets in there, I'll kind of back off and just kind of growl at him. And I will also.
I'll disarm him first of all.
Yep, he's definitely disarmed.
Okay. I got the sword held up to his throat.
Yep.
And I tell him, you got one chance of walking out of here without us killing you.
Okay.
And that's all right. How many people are down there in that cellar?
There are 1, 2, 3.
You better tell me the truth, because I can
4, 5, 6.
I can tell a lie in your eyes.
7, 8, 9, 10.
If I see you lying, you're gonna get your throat cut.
Yeah, my friend can smell a lie like a fart in a cart.
He'll say that there are about 10 red brands and our associates.
Is your leader
How
down
many
there?
associates?
Well, 10 red brands and associates, all told.
Okay.
I'm going to use a spell slot of mine to gain back 7 hit points.
Okay.
Of my panther hit points.
All right.
Is your leader down there?
Yeah, we have our leader, Mr. Glassstaff.
Mr. Who?
Glassstaff. He's a wizard. He's got a glass staff. That's just what we call him.
A wizard, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I'd most
He's
definitely
a
like to
nasty
meet him.
man.
All right.
What else
What
do you want to
boys
know?
think? Anything else you want to ask him?
No.
Or make him do?
Don't make me do nothing. I heard that there was a man impaled through the anus. Don't make me do nothing.
Don't turn me into nothing unnatural.
Like my girlfriend. Son, has anyone ever told you you have a pretty mouth?
Oh no.
I'm sorry about your Jerry Seinfeld and the Ned Beatty. Okay.
All right. You want us to try tricking the leader? Like, or just letting this guy go and us going down there?
Suppose we could walk around with a bunch of red scarves and pretend to be from corporate.
Pretend to be from corporate.
We'll probably just have to sneak in. I mean, just get a layout of the place from him.
Yeah. Well, if you want a layout from the place, uh, what do you guys make? Like, oh, that's what that is. So there is a doorway that's kind of under this stairwell. Can you guys make? Can you guys make that out?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what else do you want to know where Glassstaff is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're pretty much everyone is. Is there? Well, first off, let's check this room. Is there anything else in this room over here, or is
Uh
it just like
well, most of it is
corpses?
so it's like casks of ale and food and kind of your basic cellar like things. Um
What kind of spells does he cast?
Glassstaff? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm,
I've never seen him cast any magic.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
Yep.
Is everybody down there human, or are there different types?
No, there are some goblins and bugbears.
Bugbears, great. Those guys are big, aren't they?
Uh, yeah, sorta. And then there's a creepy thing in there that sometimes shows up when Glassstaff is not around. I've heard of our boys being taken by something scary in
Okay.
the chasm.
Hmm?
Something scary. Oh, I can.
And
Any
then
ogres down there?
of course, to our north we have the slave pants.
That's where you were taking the people from the village. What do you use them for as slaves?
Well, we don't use them as slaves. We sell them.
Oh, you just keep them there until they're sold.
Yeah.
You're a terrible man.
Well, it may not be an honest life, but it's a life.
May not be much, but it's honest work.
Is that where you all have Gundren?
Here? Who's Gunnery?
Yeah. Never mind.
Saying names I don't know. Who is this fool? Can I go now?
We can tie him up.
Mm-hmm.
After we get done with your friends downstairs.
Wait, don't tie me up. There's always something hidden in the cistern, but they told us not to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
What's in there?
Well, just look.
Jairee, check it out.
Touch it.
Jerry actually probably would have noticed, because there is a deeper part of the cistern.
Yeah.
Actually, you probably wouldn't. I didn't read it properly. I thought it was 2 feet higher, but it's just that the rim is 2 feet higher than the surrounding floor. The cistern is supposedly 10 feet deep, but that's okay.
Jairee, check it out.
Well, he would have drowned it.
Well, again, my bad for reading it wrong. But I guess he could have stood on the edge or something. But if you guys investigate the cistern,
Maybe we should throw him in there.
Hanging
I
by
can't
his
swim,
feet,
mister, no.
hanging by his feet and tell him to grab the thing.
That would work.
But I
Yeah, especially well because you're all short. But if you all worked together and dangled him, then he could easily grab it.
All
Okay.
right, so we'll try that.
All right, so he pulls out a satchel.
What is
And
that?
yeah, he hands you the satchel and he's like, "Now, can I go?"
what's in the satchel?
Inside the satchel is a potion of healing, a potion of invisibility, and 50 gold.
Hmm.
Well, I can make myself invisible as it is, so I don't need that.
Well, I mean, I can stealth my way through, so if I can use the invisibility and get some backstabs on people and start off.
Okay.
Yep.
If you invisibility, remind me, invisibility in this game is once you make an action,
Then you're not
like an
invisible
attack,
anymore.
you're right.
I go. All right, we're gonna let you go, but you don't go out the front way. You can go out the back way, down through the woods behind this here building.
Wait, do we
You're
find
not
out
gonna
how
go.
many guys are guarding the slaves?
I don't want you telling your friends that we're here.
You never asked how many guys were guarding the slaves.
I asked him how many guys are guarding the slaves.
2 to 3 guys, I think.
What kind of shape are the slaves in?
Well, they were recently caught, so they're doing okay. So, he's going to go out the
You guys
back.
ready?
I gotta jump off. I got this migraine just come on really quick, so.
All right. Well, that seems like a good place to stop.
Yep, that's
Yeah, we
fine.
can stop here.
Okay. So, hoping everybody's cool with my DM style.
Yeah.
No, good,
Yeah.
good stuff. A lot of fun.
I usually go for a good amount of humor-filled roleplay. Keep things light.
Yeah, having a good time.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I know we haven't really truly discussed this, so it's not going to take forever to finish Lost Mine. It's not a long campaign.
Gotcha.
So, once it's done, I figured there were a couple options we could go to depending on how we wanted to run it. Like, we could go straight into stuff like Yawning Portal or Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Okay.
Because those are for level 5 characters, I believe. And the nice thing about those ones is they're individual, couple session adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we could do is if we wanted to kind of rotate through DMs and have one DM prepare one adventure. And then we would just have, you wouldn't venture too much beyond, you wouldn't investigate past your little mini adventure.
Yeah.
And that way you could still not be completely aware of what's coming. Or we could do a really big dungeon crawl, like Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And then switch DMs every couple floors.
However you want to do it.
So it's
Both
kind of
sound good to me.
It's kind of up to the party. The cool thing about Dungeon of the Mad Mage is that it, from what I've heard, it seems to go fairly quickly. And your characters do get up to level 20.
So if we
Really?
did Dungeon of Mad Mage, you would just make a character about the same level as we are.
I'd probably I'd probably either bring back Harbeck, or I've been kind of fiddling with the idea of making, like, once this is done, everybody's gonna be level 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I might make a character similar to, like, similar in kind of idea as like the evil version of Doctor Strange,
Okay.
where I'd probably start out as a paladin, and then I'd become an Oathbreaker, and then make like an Oathbreaker Hexblade. And kind of go that route.
Well, next week we're gonna play Deadlands, though, correct?
Yeah, we can do Deadlands next week. That's fine.
Okay.
We
All right.
we just have to make sure that we kind of decide what we're playing in advance.
Yeah. Well, let's do Deadlands next week.
Okay.
All right.
And then I have another guy who is potentially interested because he's never DM'd before,
Yeah.
but I figured like this would be a pretty good crew for coaching a guy. And he was intrigued by the idea of having like short adventures instead of jumping straight into like a big module.
Gotcha.
So
All right. Well.
So that's kind of the rough outline of how the next few months are going to go, and hopefully nobody gets ghosted.